I'm Jack Savage. I have a really cool name that's probably made up, and today I'm gonna show you how to survive in the inhospitable desert.
Your car has just broken down in the middle of a searing desert. First things first, drink your own piss. Now that you're nice and hydrated, you can fully assess the situation. If your phone has no signal, there's no other people in sight, you've no idea where the nearest road is, you're going to have to start making the necessary preparations in order to survive. Alright, the first thing we need to do in order to survive out here is to gather the necessary materials required to craft whatever we might need, and I think a great place to start is the clothing that's on my body. The materials that make up clothing are great for a wide variety of purposes, so it's important to take every opportunity given to us to make any tools we may need to survive. Alright, now that we've gathered the necessary materials, it's time to decide what to do with them. First things first, let's look at our priorities. Currently, my supple, naked body is being burned extremely harshly by the hot desert sun, so I think it's a great idea to cover up and make some makeshift clothing. Using a roll of duct tape and my incredible survival skills, I began to construct crude clothing out of nothing but a pile of fabric. The most important step is, of course, to craft some form of head covering, which, as television has taught us, is the best way to let everyone know I'm actually in a survival situation. And just like that, I crafted a fully functional outfit from scratch, and I'm now ready to survive whatever nature throws at me. Although every inch of my body is protected from the sun's harmful UV radiation, it's still hot as balls, so it's time for one of my patented survival tips, guaranteed to provide some relief.
Now, to survive in the hot desert sun, it's often advised to seek shade. However, that technique is reserved for the pathetic and weak. Instead, I'm not going to trust nature to save my life. After all, it's the one trying to kill me in the first place. Instead, I'm going to use the only thing I trust, my own body, to keep me alive in the hot desert sun.
Between its unparalleled evaporative capabilities, high mineral content, and delicious taste, human urine is truly nature's miracle drug. Some imbeciles might be asking, Jack, doesn't piss have a higher salt content than seawater? Wouldn't it dehydrate you even more? And to that, I say shut up, you little nerds, I'm the one with the TV show. Survival strategies like this are what truly separate the men from the boys, the chads from the betas, and the alive from the recently deceased. That being said, after living off of your own piss and zero food for multiple hours, you may want to get something solid in your stomach. Unfortunately, the desert is an extremely difficult place to find food, but with my expert knowledge of survival, I won't need to try very hard at all to get my next meal.
Now, in a dire situation, most survivalists would suggest eating something like this, a bland, tasteless leather belt. But I'm not like most survivalists. I'm Jack Savage, and that's why I always pack a perfectly cooked and seasoned chicken breast in my pocket.
By rubbing this succulent meat all over my belt, the delicious juices and spices will make it taste just as palatable as the real thing, making for a nutrient-rich meal for the harsh journey ahead. After aimlessly walking through this sandy hellhole, I've decided I've had enough. So it's time for one last survival trick that might just save your life.
Now you might be wondering, just how exactly am I gonna escape this desert? Well, the thing is, I'm not just an expert survivalist, animal wrestler, and professional fisherman, I'm also a scholar of quantum physics. And according to my research, there's a non-zero probability that in this very sand right now, the atoms have perfectly converged to form a working satellite GPS. Now for most, this would be a nigh impossible task to find this item. However, I'm no ordinary man. I'm Jack Savage, and I'm getting the hell out of this desert.
The desert is an unforgiving environment, but by keeping your wits about you, chugging urine, and manipulating reality at a quantum level, you might just stand a chance of making it out alive. Being stranded out here is just one of the many terrifying survival situations you can find yourself in. But don't worry, I'll be here to guide you on how to live through each of them, because Jack will be back.